Hi, obviously I'm not an artist, and in this vlog I'm going to be displaying and discussing the Blood Angels Death Company. The Death Company are the Blood Angels Space Marines that have succumbed to the blood curse known as the Black Rage, and are inducted into a special team of shock troops. The Black Rage is a state of berserk frenzy that the Blood Angels can develop and never overcome. This first manifested 1,000 years ago upon the death of the Blood Angels Primarch Sanguinius. His psychic echo corrupted the gene seed of all current and further Blood Angels. The afflicted Marines see both friend and foe as Horus Lupercal, the traitor of the Imperium and murderer of Sanguinius. It also removes all reason and nobility, further increases aggression, resilience to injury, and bloodlust. It makes the Blood Angel doomed to either die in combat or be pacified by Astaroth, the High Chaplain, and his executioner's axe after a battle. The Death Company is clearly differentiated from the regular Battle Brothers by the black power armour adorned with red X's that signify the wounds of Sanguinius at the hands of Horus. The armoury of the Death Company is unique in that they have access to power weapons and sidearms of their own choosing regardless of rank. So a Death Company squad can be armed with a thunder hammer or combination of chainswords, power swords, axes and fists in one hand, then hand flamers or bolt plasma or inferno pistol in the other. This is pretty much everything in the close range or melee Space Marine army, apart from oddly lightning claws, which you think would be in keeping of a berserker unit. They can also be equipped with jump packs, increasing their movement range and giving the ability to deep strike into combat from the skies. Combine this with a stratagem called Full On Fury, the Death Company should be doing the ABCs. Always be charging. I have 28 Death Company Marines in 4 different types. Starting with the oldest, these 5 are metal miniatures who were in the original Death Company box and are all armed with plasma pistols in one hand and 4 equipped with chainswords, and another with a power sword. These are amongst the earliest minis I painted upon my return to the hobby in the late 2010s, and their paint job reflects that, specifically the white chest Aquila. They are also quite small, as the scaling since the late 90s have increased somewhat. Shortly after completing them, I was gifted 3 more. They are Polymer Marines from the dedicated Death Company kit, with one who strangely has a Dark Angel hood for some reason. This brings the foot slog in Death Company to 8. To counteract their lack of movement speed and general fragility to shooting before they get into melee combat, they have a dedicated transport in the form of a Rhino armoured personnel carrier. Check out the free-handed red X's. I placed them where I felt was appropriate, as there was no set colour scheme for Death Company vehicles. Speaking of the dedicated Death Company kit, it's an awesome collection of sprues with lots of Blood Angels thematic bits, weapons and jump packs. This leads nicely into discussing the next 10 Marines. The Death Company squad with jump packs consists of 4 Marines with power fists, 2 with power swords, 2 with power axes and 2 with thunder hammers. The ones with power weapons are also armed with bolt guns. This was a playable combination in 9th edition, as these were built and painted during the COVID lockdowns. But since the advent of 10th edition, these have to now be proxied as bolt pistols. Shame really, as the Death Company lore lends itself to having them firing a powerful weapon like a bolter in one hand while attempting to rip and tear with a power weapon in the other. I remember painting these 10 at the same time as 5 Assault Marines with jump packs and 3 characters, the Death Company Chaplain, Lemates, and Mephiston, and I was so burnt out after I'd finished. This is something I really do, but it is an easy trap to fall into, as it has happened to me at the moment. Check out my painting desk. Death Company Intercessors are relatively new, coming out at the end of 8th edition. As in the lore, the Primaris Marines, which are the newer and improved Space Marines, were supposed to remove some of the flaws that the Firstborn Marines have. This includes the Blood Angels' tainted gene seed and Black Rage affliction. However, it was not going to be, as Games Workshop wanted to sell more minis, and the Blood Angels' super soldiers can still devolve into frothing madmen. This also gave us the Death Company Intercessors kit, which is a pretty lazy attempt to differentiate these minis from the vanilla Intercessors. I built and painted these 5 from Monopost Warhammer Conquest Space Marine Intercessors I had left over, as at the back end of 8th edition there were datasheets but no dedicated kits for these. Everyone was doing it, give me a break. The datasheet in 8th edition was weird though, with some strange options, which is why I have options like a hand flamer and bolt pistol, and a bolt rifle and kit bash thunderhammer. If you were curious, this hammer is a Scout sniper rifle barrel, Terminator assault hammer head, and a relic crest on the pommel. I really don't like these minis, and I don't feel them in games, but this guy I kit bashed from a Primaris Ancient with the gangster grip on the pistol. I like him, he's cool. A much more appropriate Death Company squad is the Assault Intercessors. With the more dynamic poses, heavy bolt pistols and chainsword loadout, it's far more in keeping. These are leftover monopose miniatures from Warhammer Imperium. These are also painted with a Chaos Black Prime, medium grey dry brush and Black Templar layer. The Death Company Dreadnought is a Castaferum Dreadnought chassis that has an intern veteran Space Marine who has succumbed to the Black Rage. When the Berserker superhuman power armor isn't deadly enough, put him in an armored walker and attach oversized power fists or claws to it. This mini comes from the awesome Blood Angels Dreadnought kit, which gives the option to build either a Furioso, Librarian or Death Company variant. With a bit of magnetizing, you can probably get all three versions out of one kit. Me, however, I bought 3 kits, largely because I'm rubbish at magnetizing, which is why the Imperial Knight I'm currently building is taking an age, and a Knight is just about the easiest model you can magnetize. Obviously I'm not an artist, obviously I'm not a magnetizer. Wait, that doesn't seem right. Hang on a sec. Oh, it's magnetologist. Of the 3 Dreads, the Death Company is my favourite. Back in earlier editions of 40k, there was a named Death Company Dreadnought called Moria the Chosen, who was a 4th Company captain that was placed in a Furioso, but upon being awakened, he immediately fell to the Black Rage. Tech Marines then altered his sarcophagus to consume blood because of the Blood Angels' ritual of blood drinking. Unfortunately, Moria the Chosen hasn't been in 40k for several editions now, and it would have been nice to maintain a Dreadnought character like the Space Wolves do with Beyond the Fell-Handed and Murderfang. However, as of time of writing of this video, there is currently whispers of a range refresh for the Blood Angels, including possibly a character-specific Dreadnought. Watch this space, I guess. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe as I continue to chronicle the collecting, construction and creating.